That was Djimon Hounsou on screen in Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's one of the multiple roles which are spread out throughout his 30-year acting career, yet he says he continues to face struggles like being underpaid. This comes from a new interview with The Guardian. The veteran actor also says there's a lack of respect when it comes to meaningful roles and contracts. When negotiating roles and contracts, he says he keeps getting low offers and has to keep proving himself, despite being nominated for 2 Oscar awards. Joining us to talk about it tonight, we have with us CEO of Regal Media, Todd Smith, and filmmaker Sean Welling. Glad to have you both on The Factor Uncensored. Your thought, this guy has been in so many blockbusters. It's unreal.
He's been acting since I was a kid, but it's unreal, but it is real. If you look at other black actors, a lot of times it's the black actresses that are speaking out. Taraji B. Henson, Viola Davis, they're saying the same thing. Viola's won those Oscars. She's won the Tonys and the Golden Globes. She still gets lowballed. She still doesn't get the roles that she thinks she deserves. Taraji B. Henson, back when she got nominated for Benjamin Button, she wanted $500,000 for her performance. They gave her $150,000, and she says when you break that down in California with taxes and paying her staff, she has $40,000 left. So how do you live on $40,000? So people look at, oh, you're struggling. But when you break things down and you live in certain areas, you are struggling.
And you're talking about the taxes. You often have to think about the agents, the managers, publicists,
everything.
All of that.
You have no money, and people look at Taraji like, you're a hard-working actress. And she said, I have to work hard because I'm not getting those offers. And this is one thing. I've been on your show, we talked about diversity, equity, inclusion. People say you should earn your spot, but these people have earned their spot. They're Academy Award winners. They're Academy Award nominees. They're bringing people to the box office, to the theaters. They're selling overseas, and you're still lowballing them. So what's the problem? The only problem could be the color of their skin. So I'm glad that he's speaking out about it because something has to change.
All right, your thoughts about this. Is Djimon a marquee name that will bring in the crowds? Now, we know about the Denzels, we know about the Taraji B. Hensons, the others, but is he a name that you can put on the marquee and people will show up and he gets the money he deserves?
No, he's not going to be one of those actors, and very few are, unless you're an A-list actor that is bankable.
He's in big box office, big budget movies, but not
an A-lister. And you can have an Oscar here and there, and that's fantastic, and that can give you the credibility of a remarkable actor. But it doesn't mean you're bankable. A lot of films are not remarkable, but they're bankable. So, you know, I have to oppose what you're saying. Can he still make a living? I'm going to tell you right now, being in the film business and doing films every year, feature films, this guy with his resume, which is fantastic, and I just want to say this. I look up to remember him from Paul Abdul and all the music videos because, you know, I was in the dance industry. And I remember that guy,
from Janet Jackson, Love Will Never Do.
And I was like, whoa, that was that guy. And I was starting at the same time he was in the dance business. And I was like, this guy's done so much more than I could possibly ever imagine doing with my life. So he's made it. If he wants to continue to make money, he would have to take lesser roles in independent films, and he can make easy $2,000 to $3,000 every day of his life. So he can do that. But does he want to kick that step down? That's tough, and I get that. But I don't think it's anything to do with color or race. I'll have to disagree with you with that because right now, the most inability for a person to get involved.
Would you say in this case, though, not all cases? Because when you think about some of the big names,
I'm like, Taraji is bankable. Viola is bankable, in my opinion. So, and then also you have to realize we have to determine what's bankable. How do we know that a person's not bankable until you're given that opportunity? If he's saying he has a lack of roles and a lack of respect, how do you prove yourself bankable if I'm not given that marquee role? Like, I'm gonna tell you this, back in the day they would say that predominantly black films wouldn't sell well overseas. But how do you know it won't sell overseas if you don't
You're underselling this guy. This guy has kicked butt. He's done amazing things as a film person. His roles and what he's done is tremendous. Hang his hat up. He's kicked butt. He has beat the odds. So to sit there and go, well, it's color of his skin, he's not given the opportunity. He has made those opportunities because he's a talented son of a gun. I don't think it's fair to say, well, he's not getting what he needs to get because he's... No, he did it. And it's fantastic. My God, he did it the first time he was on Paul Abdul. I looked up to that as a kid. I was like, wow, that guy's amazing. I still remember that from what, 30 years back.
Do you have to hold or put pressure on Hollywood to make them do the right thing? Because many times, you know, they say we're about diversity, we're about inclusion in this industry, but it takes public pressure. It takes public outrage in order to make them to do something.
Everything that black people have achieved in the society as far as equality has come from pressure. We've never gotten anything by just chilling and accepting reality. We always had to fight for what we have. So Hollywood is no different in my opinion. And I just think that there's been certain situations. We look at Monique. Monique complained about her not getting what certain comedians made on Netflix, and I think she might have done better than some of the comedians that were paid more. So sometimes you are bankable and you're still not getting the money you deserve, in my opinion.
All right. We want to thank you both for joining us here on The Factor. Still ahead.